study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Heinz Ketchup, and Kraft Singles. Every good burger needs a layer of perfectly melty cheese and thick, rich ketchup. We all know it's not a cookout without Heinz and Kraft.
And some days we just jump on in because I guess today's probably Wednesday. Your guess is as good as mine. You tell me, what day is it? Because sometimes we batch record these things. Who knows? Obviously, if you're here on a day that is not Thursday, we're not doing Deprogrammed proper. It means it's a daily episode. And sometimes that means talking about one singular album. Initially, we had thought about, we're talking about Poe's album Hello today. And initially we thought about giving her a mini-sode, and as we kind of went over it, not that we didn't think she was worthy of that, what we came to the conclusion of is Hello meant more to you, Bryan. So talk to me about Hello and why we decided to kind of just focus more on that.
Yeah, I mean, if we did a mini-sode, I think all of our songs would be pretty much, I mean, the second album's good, but I think it'd be pretty much off Hello. I think Hello by Poe is like one of the most underrated like 90s albums like in general. This is one of those albums like lived in our CD changer. We had one like in the back of our Blazer, like a 5 CD changer, and we never changed the CDs, and this was one of them. And like you hear, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, all these modern artists were probably big Poe fans, because there was also, you know, Portishead and stuff like that hit the stone. But you listen to this album and, you know, I bring up Portishead because they were so, like, Dummy was so acclaimed as like this like must-have album of the 90s, must listen to. And, you know, this album came out right about that same time, and it's more like she's alternative, she's kind of trip hop, she's like jazz standard. Like this sounds to me like a Billie Eilish record. Like now, like just she's just a fantastic singer, a fantastic songwriter. There's the 2 singles that got play on the radio, and I'm not even sure like how many people actually bought the album based off those two songs. You know, I think when she came out, like the female alternative movement was just going out so strong that, you know, it was hard to single them out. You know, like once like Alanis broke out, and then you had like Poe, and you had Portishead, and you had Meredith Brooks, and you had L7, and you had Liz Phair, like all these, you know, female alternative artists just came to the head, you know, and some went to the top and some didn't get as much acclaim. And I think this is like a fantastic record, and it probably should have gotten more acclaim. And Poe just kind of disappeared afterwards. Like she put out a second album, but not until like the 2010 area. Like she just kind of did this and went away.
Firstly, that's crazy. So when we're kind of bandying these things about, you know, like the 3 of us kind of just have a chat going, and we're talking about, oh, you know, we'll do this next. And this came up around the same time when we were planning for replacements, planning for, or not the replacements, the refreshments, my bad, and Roger Clyne. So when this gets tossed into the mix, Anderson, what makes you go, yeah, I'd like to tackle this artist?
I like alt rock chicks.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sometimes it's that simple.
Yeah.
All the ones Bryan just mentioned, Republica, Elastica, Fiona Apple. I mean, there was just a bunch of them. What's her name? That other girl, Tori Amos.
Tori Amos.
Oh, yeah. There's one other, PJ Harvey.
PJ
That's
Harvey.
what's on the tip of my tongue. And Poe is right in line with them. So an excuse to do the deep dive. Yeah, sign me up. I'm in.
Bryan already hit a lot of the points that I was swimming around in my brain while I was listening to this record. Is like, if she came like a couple months earlier, like, I'm not saying she would have been massive or anything, but like, you have, 95 is her, Jewel, Alanis, Elastica, like all those other names that have already been. PJ Harvey came out with a record that year, like all those names that we've already kind of bandied about, and she's just swimming in the middle of this. And then you put in there, like, grunge is already like dying, depending on who you ask. We had a conversation earlier where it was declared grunge was like dead in 94 with Kurt, but like you have this artist who kind of is in between all these other artists that we've been talking about. And I remember Hello. I remember the single. I remember the rock version. The rock version got a lot of play here on our alt station. And, for some reason in my brain, I thought it was like later. But when you look at this being 95, it's like, no wonder she couldn't break out. Like, that's unfortunate timing. Like, it just is really, she just becomes one of the others. And to your point, Bryan, I feel like when you listen to this record, she is so much more than that. Like, is she one of the all-time greats? Maybe not, but like, this is definitely a record that deserves some sunshine.
Yeah, and like I said, if I didn't try it. I'm going to give this record to my youngest daughter's 15, and like, she's big into Billie Eilish and Olivia, but she also loves like System of a Down and stuff like that. I guarantee you, if I give her this record, she wouldn't know it's from 95.
Yeah.
Like, if it came out 6 years ago, it would have hit. Like, it was, I don't know, maybe it was, I don't want to say it was like, ahead of its time, but yeah, I think there was just so much saturation at that point, and so many like, one hit wonders, and it just got lost in the shuffle.
95 is an interesting year for that, but like, I don't want to move away from the fact that like she had a video on 120 minutes. So I mean, this isn't it. You can't pin her with one hit wonder, because can you really even? Because if I mentioned Hello to somebody, I don't know that anybody even remembers that. Like, I don't know if she can even be put in that one hit wonder category. Like, I guess technically speaking, I'd have to look at the charts, but like I said, she got radio play here. I very distinctly remember seeing. She got put on my radar because I saw the rock version video on 120 minutes. And I remember going to school the next day to talk to my friend Talbert about it. I was like, oh, dude, I saw this video. Like, this chick named Poe. Like, this song is cool. And, like, it lived, like, the rock version lived in that very, like, not quite grunge, but, like, what would become alt, at that time. It just is a very fascinating. Like, I'm so glad you picked this record, because it really is a fascinating peek at 1995. Because there is, like you mentioned, like, you could drop this now, but there's also like things that are very 1995 about it. Like,
yeah,
like I was just listening to Dolphin, And I was like, oh yeah, that's peak 95 right there, like that song specifically. But then there's other things about it that are like, yeah, you could put this anywhere, post 95, and it probably still does the same.
So as you're talking, I'm feeling like we had different experiences based on where we live. So I never heard Hello as a single.
Oh wow.
I only heard Trigger Happy Jack was massive around here, and Angry Johnny. I used to hear Angry Johnny like every hour on the radio.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the one I knew too.
Wow.
Yeah. Johnny and Trigger Happy Jack. I never even knew the song Hello until I played the record for back in the 90s.
Interesting.
That's wild. Yeah. That was the first time I ever heard it.
Well,
here it was Trigger Happy Jack and Angry Johnny were the big ones.
Yeah. To be fair, like I recall, after going through the record and seeing the name Angry Johnny, I remembered it, but like it took me listening to it to remember it. Whereas Hello was the one like I've known. Like if somebody said Poe, Hello came in my brain. So that's something, ain't it? Like, different areas of the country. Who knew?
Hello was number 13 on the modern rock chart.
Okay. So
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video July 1st.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Dance version hit number 1. And Angry Johnny got up to number 7.
So
nice.
Interesting that Hello, the one that charted lower, is the one that stuck out in my brain more.
You listen to a lot of dance, I suppose.
Clearly. Especially in 95. I listened to a lot of dance records. One thing before we kind of bounce songs off of each other, again, you said this one kind of meant something to you. When you say that, is it more like just because of you were attracted to it and just listened to it a lot, or was there something more to this that kind of found you?
It brings, every time I listen to it, even now, it brings me back like to the late 90s. Because that's when I moved in with my girlfriend, now wife, in 1999. And it just, I said, it was one of those CDs that was always played. And it just brings me back to those days. Like every time I listen to it, I listen to a lot of records from the 90s, but I don't know, something about this album just triggers that like warm feeling every time. And it's just, I think it's spectacular. It's, it's different than what I was listening to at that time. So maybe that's why it stood out for me, I didn't have like the musical palette back then that I have now. So like, which is also surprising why it hit me so much back then. I mean, maybe it didn't hit me as much. Maybe it was just more like background noise that was always playing. So it kind of like just worked its way into my subconscious, but now listening to it, as I've expanded like my palette, like I'm like, this is a great record. And yeah, like it was overlooked.
Well, there you go. So as an experiment, we're not going to create a list because we wanted to take the pressure off of making a list, but we did each pick 5 songs, and we're going to bounce those off each other. I'm going to run 3 off because it seems like these 3 are the no-brainers, but we'll see. Hello? Trigger Happy? Yeah. Trigger Happy Jack?
Yep.
I don't have that one.
Oh, okay. Angry Johnny?
Yeah, I have Angry Johnny.
Okay. Yep, I had all 3.
Okay, so what was your hold off on Trigger Happy Jack, Brian?
Just because there were those, because I think, because the way I'm looking at it is these 2 songs were overplayed, so I picked what my favorite of the 2 overplayed songs were.
Okay.
Just also because I wanted to mention more songs that were deeper in the record. I know we're not making like a list, but just to get like more deep tracks in there.
Well, that's where I went with my other 2, is because it felt like there was 2 that were kind of in line with those 3. But I picked Junkie and Fly Away as the 2 to round out my 5. Did any of you guys have those?
I have both of those.
Oh, wow.
The only difference between my list and yours is I have Choking the Cherry and you have Trigger Happy Jack.
You know what's funny is I initially had a list of 9, before we kind of decided, hey, we're going to try to get this in. And that one was in that 9. I don't know if it was 6, 7, 8, or 9 off, but it was in that initial 9. So I was 1 off from you. So,
would you have it, Anderson?
My other 2 were Choking the Cherry and Dolphin.
Oh man, yeah, Dolphin I was between Dolphin and Fly Away. Like I knew I was gonna take Hello, Angry Johnny, and Junkie. And then I was fighting between the other ones, but
all right. So
Junkie was 7, and Fingertips was my other late cut.
I want to see if I
can.
Yep,
that was my late.
Choking the Cherry was really close for me. Beautiful Girl was one of those late cuts. Oh, when I look at this, the record's only 11 songs. So when I say I had 9, that means I only cut 2. So that's not. Also, a couple quick things before we dip out of here. It's clear that Angry Johnny is like the song because it's 7.2 mil. Hello is 3.1 mil, and Trigger Happy Jack is 2.2 mil, and then everything else is well under a mil. Just worth noting. Like, she has like way more plays than me. Like I'm not trying to disparage, but it does seem to be just a lost mid-90s record. And I love shining some light on a record that people should go listen to. So, did you have any final thoughts before we get out of here, Brian?
No, I'm just, if you're listening to this and if you're into PJ Harvey and Portishead and Billie Eilish and Lorde and all of them, then you should be listening to this.
Absolutely. Like, I'm glad you roped Lorde in. Even we just did her episode like at the end of last year, and like I can't believe that's definitely a connection for sure. Like, yes. So final thoughts, Anderson?
Did you know she was cast as Bruce Willis's ex-girlfriend in the PlayStation 1 game Apocalypse?
No.
Well, I bring the knowledge.
Yeah, there we go.
No, but that's some fun trivia though. Yeah. I'm gonna use that.
Now we know. So
yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. Give Poe's album Hello a listen, and we will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.